to share a story with you, but before I get to that story, I'd like to set the scene. It's a few days after I first found out that I was going to be a father. I'm out shopping, and I run into a friend of mine. And her name is, I'm going to call her Marcy. Hey, Marcy, how are you doing? Marcy, you're not going to believe this. Erin's pregnant. I'm going to be a father. Oh, Danny, that is great news. Oh, but Danny, you're going to need a nursery. Danny, you're going to need to buy and change so many diapers. And Danny, boy, you are going to lose sleep. This conversation between Marcy and I continue, and we're getting towards the end of our conversation. Danny, your life is totally going to change. Have I mentioned that you're going to lose sleep? Danny, I tell you what, my two kids have put me through any scenario a parent will ever go through. So please, if you need any advice or have any questions, feel free to call me anytime. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and Nikki, you can probably tell that I exaggerated on this story a little bit, but the point I want to make is it's been my experience since I found out I was going to be a father that anybody who finds this out that has children, they are an expert. They're an expert on raising children, and they are more than happy to share their wisdom with you. Well, this evening I want to share some of my wisdom. Most of the wisdom I've gotten in the past it's kind of obvious wisdom you can tell from my story. I want to share with you this evening some things I've learned that maybe aren't so obvious. First thing, when your child first does something, for me it was laugh. I got one little laugh, and every moment I'm spending with my child here on out, it seems like I'm trying to get her to laugh. I'm trying to get her to laugh. That first thing you'll try so hard to get them to do, and you know what? They're not going to do it until they're good and ready. It's not uncommon. I learned this from my wife. It's not uncommon after childbirth for women to maybe accidentally pee themselves. I verified this through my wife and two other ladies that she knows, and it occurs from what I've heard mainly when they're working out. Does anybody know who this is?
The Duggins.
The Duggars. Reality show family. I think they're up to about, 39 kids. I think they're up to 19 kids. And I've got one child, and I've realized that the Duggars are in fact aliens. Because one, no couple wants 19 kids, and two, no couple can raise 19 kids. Spit up. With your child, especially when you first bring them home, they're going to spit up. And what I did, oh my, she spit up on her shirt. Oh, we got to change her. Do not change her. If it's a little spit up, leave it, because anywhere from 0 to an hour later, they're going to spit up on the outfit again. Only change it if it's, really soaked. Anybody, any coffee drinkers? Anybody use a coffee cup in the morning? I did too, and it took me probably 2 pots of cold coffee to realize that I needed to make the switch to the insulated coffee cup. And this is because you take that coffee cup, oh, okay, my daughter, she's crying, I'll go get her pacifier. Okay, back to my coffee cup, oh, she's crying again, oh, diaper's wet, oh, man, look at that, it's already time to feed her again. So I made the switch to the insulated coffee cup. The kids wind up toys. These things are great, but be careful with these, because I learned the hard way. You wind these things up all the way, and what seems like an hour passes, and this thing is still playing Rockabye Baby. It's okay if your child, we're working on rolling over, and when your child rolls over, don't feel bad if you feel like you're like, oh, she rolled over, I need to give her a treat. now these are my cat's treats. This is, of course, I don't give my daughter cat treats. This is just to use as a visual aid.
Okay.
squeaky toys.
Oh, yes.
Squeaky toys. For me, it was when my daughter's here. She's crying, and I'm kind of trying to appease her, And the thing is, she's not happy. She's crying more. She's getting louder, and as she's getting louder and crying more, here I start off. I'm like kind of slow, and then I'm like, you know what? Just because you squeeze these things faster and louder, it probably aggravates your child. Wubba I'd like to quote Woody from Toy Story 1 when he was talking about finding a moving buddy. He says, if you don't have one, get one. And this of course, as you can tell, it's a pacifier, and it kind of sets on your child's chest, and it helps them to keep the pacifier in their mouth. So Toastmasters, that's just a few things that I've learned since having a daughter. Hopefully it's some things that aren't quite as obvious. Maybe helps you out in the future. And what I know now, I think that I could have used back when I had that conversation with Marcy. I think maybe it would have gone a little something like this. Hey, Marcy, how you doing? Marcy, you're not going to believe this. Erin's pregnant. I'm going to be a father. Danny, that is great news. Oh, but Danny, you're going to need a nursery. Danny, you're going to have to buy and change so many diapers. And oh, Danny, you're going to lose sleep. Well, Marcy, thank you so much for those very obvious evaluations when it comes to raising a child. But did you know that it's not uncommon for women to accidentally pee after giving birth? The donors are actually aliens. And Wubba, if you don't have one, get one. Mr. Toastmaster.